Hello and welcome to Kansas Speedway. We are back again in the Stop Motion Cup Series. Today will mark the end of the first half of our regular season. 43 cars are going to be in the field today. Jimmie Johnson is your pole sitter. As we see now, this is our first 1.5 mile race this season. Here are your ones to watch. Jimmie Johnson, as before mentioned, will be your pole sitter. Carl Edwards has not had a good beginning of his tenure here at JGR. Greg Biffle is currently your points leader, coming off that win at Richmond. And Brett Moffitt currently leads your Rookie of the Year standings. The cars are getting fired up now, they're rolling off. Here's your starting lineup at Kansas. Row 1, Jimmie Johnson, Carl Edwards. Row 2, Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano. Row 3, Austin Dillon, Kyle Busch. Row 4, Brad Keselowski, Matt Kenseth. Row 5, Clint Bowyer, Greg Biffle. Row 6, Denny Hamlin or Jamie McMurray. Row 7, Casey Mears and Dale Jr. Row 8, Paul Menard and Ryan Newman. Row 9, Kyle Larson and a good qualifying effort for Matt DiBenedetto. Row 10, Alex Bowman and AJ Allmendinger. Row 11, Michael Annett and Jeff Gordon. Row 12, Cole Witt and David Reagan. Row 13, Trevor Bayne, David Gilliland. Row 14, David Reagan and Ty Dillon. Row 15, Danica Patrick and Tony Stewart. Row 16, Landon Castle and a tough qualifying effort for Truex. Row 17, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Sam Hornish Jr. Kevin Harvick and Kurt Busch make up row 18. Row 19, Eric Almirola and Casey Kane. Row 20, Justin Allgaier and Jeb Burton. Row 21, Michael McDowell and JJ Yaley. And starting last, Bobby Labonte. Here are your keys to the race. As before mentioned, 43 cars are in the race. There are 14 laps in today's event. Alright. Green flag is out. And we are underway here at Kansas. Jimmie Johnson manages to maintain the lead going down the backstretch in the first lap. Joey Logano is now going to try to make a move on his outside. Jimmie Johnson currently manages to hold him off. Ryan Blaney gets really loose. Ryan Blaney goes around, gets into Kyle Busch, and out comes the caution. Early incident here at Kansas, taking out 2 of our current front runners. Here's the replay of the incident. It looks like Ryan Blaney tried to get too aggressive going onto the inside, trying to take advantage of that position, and it got his car loose and he had nowhere to go, as well as Kyle Busch in that situation. We now see the cleanup taking place. Looks like Ryan Blaney might try to get his car fixed and back underway. Here we go. Time for the choose roll. So far this season, nobody has been caught trying to take advantage of this and going over the line. Will this be the race? As we see so far, drivers are taking whichever line it appears they get the best spots out of. And here's your week's sponsor. Jonathan is this week's sponsor. Link in the description. Alright. Drivers have chosen their lanes. Time to get back underway. Green flag is out once more. Here on lap 4 of 14. Will this be the time that Joey Logano does manage to get around Jimmie Johnson? And it's hard to tell. Inside line only works better in the beginning of the corner. Outside lane does tend to overtake that car, though, coming out of the corner. As we see, yes, Joey Logano does maintain the lead coming into lap 5. We see now Denny Hamlin trying to get past Jimmie Johnson. Jimmie Johnson must just not had that great of a car this week, as he's now been passed twice over the course of just a little over, or a little under, should I say, 2 laps. We see now Denny Hamlin is trying to pass Joey Logano. Maybe that's just a really fast car on the part of Denny Hamlin, as we see now he takes the lead. As we see Dale Jr. also trying to get up into the mix now. As we see here 3 wide, Denny Hamlin gets stuck down the middle, and oof, Kasey Kahne hits the inside wall, spun by Alex Bowman into the grass. Hard hit there for Kasey Kahne. It appears that Alex Bowman simply took him out. That'll be the end of his race. As yes, Alex Bowman was involved in that wreck. Radio communications say that he did not mean to do that. So we see here, I don't know, that replay kind of makes it look like he intentionally spun Kahne out. Not sure why he would have done that, but looks like the damage on Alex Bowman's car won't be too severe. So we see now Kasey Kahne's car is being taken to the garage, and he will be finishing 42nd in today's race. Once again, here is our shoes rule coming into effect again. Dale Jr. to the inside, Joey Logano to the outside. Jimmie Johnson taking the outside once again. The further back you are, it tends to be better to choose the inside, so I'm not entirely sure what he was doing there. So we see the cars have once again gotten into their formation. Pace car is going back down pit road. The green flag is out once more. Lap 9 of 14 here. Will that have been the final caution? Leaders are still 2 wide now, trying to get the advantage over each other. Looks like Joey Logano might be able to take a little bit of an advantage here over Dale Jr. as he leads that lap. Carl Edwards taking Denny Hamlin 3 wide. As good of a car as Hamlin had earlier in the race, something must have gone wrong with it because he is dropping back. We see now 2 wide still, and finally Joey Logano manages to establish a lead over Dale Jr. and now Jimmie Johnson. He is beginning to pull away, but as it looks like, oh, teammates! Teammates wreck on the backstretch. Ryan Newman, Paul Menard, caution is out. Looked like Kyle Larson was involved as well. That was a really hard hit for Ryan Newman. Slammed right into the wall, even got off the ground a little bit. So we see here, it appears that Larson will have some damage, but Paul Menard just ran out of space, got into Newman and Larson, and that sent Newman hard into the wall. It's a nasty impact. So that'll definitely take the RCR teammates out of the race. Luckily, Ryan Newman was not injured in that incident, and Kyle Larson will try to establish some form of finish in this race. One more time, here we go, choosing their lanes once again. This could be the most important choice of their race. So we now see a bunch of drivers, for some reason, taking the outside lane. Whoever took the inside lane there might have gained a spot or 2 on them. We now have your race highlights. Lap 1, Jimmie Johnson took the green flag to start the race. And then on lap 2, Ryan Blaney got loose, went into Kyle Busch, and both gave them a potentially race-ending crash. Lap 7, Kasey Kahne got spun around by Alex Bowman. And lap 11, RCR teammates took some hard licks, and Kyle Larson got some damage as well in this incident on the backstretch. Alright, drivers are once more ready for what could possibly be the final restart of the day with 2 to go. Carl Edwards takes Joey Logano 3 wide. This could be the move of the race if he manages to get around Earnhardt here. Going into the inside line, will have the advantage going out of the corner. Doesn't manage to... Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. almost manages to clear Earnhardt. And it appears now, as we see the field flying by, that yes, Carl Edwards will manage to get the lead over Earnhardt. One last ditch effort by Earnhardt here, but it will not be enough, as Carl Edwards manages to actually have a good situation this season and wins at Kansas. Carl Edwards is your winner here at Kansas after that crazy restart of his. After he took Joey Logano 3 wide, he had to hold off Dale Earnhardt Jr., Jimmie Johnson, and Jamie McMurray, who were all charging hard on his rear. So we see now into the backstretch, Carl Edwards managed to pass Dale Earnhardt Jr., and at that point the only thing Earnhardt could have done was send it into the corner. Instead, however, he decided just to salvage the day with a second place finish, which, considering his early season wreck and low point standings, is pretty good for him. We now see our finishing results. Carl Edwards, Dale Jr., and Jamie McMurray are your top 3. Also worth noting is Matt DiBenedetto's top 10 finish. So we see here a lot of DNFs today. Ryan Newman, Paul Menard, Casey Keenan, and Kyle Busch. We now see our point standings. Drivers highlighted in yellow have won a race this season. Halfway through the season, they should not have to worry about falling out of that top 30 in points. So we see the cutoff line currently is between teammates Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Jimmie Johnson. Only a couple of points separate those two. We see further back here in points now, a few tie-ups in points. Alex Bowman, even with his decent enough finish today, is still last in points due to driving part-time. So we now see once again Carl Edwards has managed to claim the trophy here at Kansas. Your next race will be at Dover. Hope you enjoyed today's race. Be sure to like and subscribe if you did, and have a great day.